The best way to protect your family from a natural disaster is to have a plan in place. Whether you have pets or livestock, following this plan throughout a natural disaster will help keep you and your family and your pets safe. Hello, my name is Kaylin Taylor. I'm the Ag and Natural Resources Agent for UF-IFAS Extension, Volusia County. Today we're going to go over all of the supplies that you will need and how to develop a plan for before the storm, during a storm, and after. Before the storm, you want to make sure that you have a collection of all of your supplies. For your pets, you want to make sure that you have extra feed bowls, your leashes, your collars, your ID tags for your pets, and then feed and water that you can transport. You also want to make sure that you have pet crates and portable crates that you can take with you so they can be housed safely at a pet shelter or at a pet-friendly hotel. The other thing that you want to make sure is you have ample feed and water for your animals, whether you have pets or livestock, and you want to make sure that you have enough feed and water for at least 2 weeks. If you decide to evacuate, make sure that you do so within 72 hours if you're transporting livestock. This will prevent high winds from potentially tipping over your trailer, and you avoid any debris that can come on the roads. Having secure fences is really important to make sure that your livestock stay on your property, don't get on busy roads, or access your neighbor's property. This example here, it needs new staples. It is loose, an animal could easily exit this part of the property. Have at least 25 fence posts on hand, 2 strands of barbed wire. If you have field fencing, you want to make sure that you have panels of field fence. Tools on hand, hammer, pliers, fence stretcher, in order to make the repairs as soon as possible. Before a storm, if you have to remove any branches or trees from your property in order to protect your structures or your fences, it's important to have the proper equipment. Chainsaw, fuel, bar oil, and protective equipment. This is all essential, again, to protect you and make sure that you're safe when you're removing these trees and limbs from your property. Make sure that you have at least 2 evacuation routes from your area. In case there is a high level of traffic that you need to avoid, if you decide to evacuate, make sure that you notify your friends and family that you're evacuating and then where you're going. After the storm, you want to check on your livestock. Check for injuries, check for illnesses, and make sure that they have safe high ground that they can go to. The other thing you want to do is check the perimeter of your property and all of your fences to make sure that they're still secure and none of your animals can escape. You also want to make sure that they have clean water and feed and hay. A lot of natural waters, such as ponds, can become polluted after a storm, so you don't want to rely on them. We have a couple of different options that we're going to show you on how to deliver water to your livestock after a storm. So here we have 2 different options that can be used in order to store water for your livestock operation. Whatever container you decide to use, water storage is really important. Water quality is also important. You want to make sure that your containers are food grade and that you sanitize them. So 1 teaspoon of unscented bleach per 1 quart of water is how you want to use these. You also do not want to store your water in direct sunlight, and you want to make sure that water is only stored for a period of 6 months. Don't rely on electricity for your pumps. Having generators, solar power, or wind power can help make sure that you have access to your wells after a storm.